Today marks National Canoe Day, and what better way to celebrate than a visit at the Canadian Canoe Museum in Peterborough.
It's a bit of a tongue twister. Yeah, Gian Lee is live, though, at the museum this morning. It looks like a fantastic facility. I'm hearing some great things about this. So, G, take us inside.
Hi, Nick. Hi, Jen. Look at that beautiful shot of the Trent Severn waterway. I mean, I could spend the whole day here. It is beautiful. And today is National Canoe Day. And if you're going to celebrate National Canoe Day, this is the place. That's right. We are here in the world's largest canoe museum. You're talking about the largest collection of canoes, kayaks, and paddled watercraft. I'm going to bring in Jeremy Ward now. He is the curator of the museum here. Hi, good morning.
Yeah, welcome and happy Canoe Day.
Happy Canoe Day. This is spectacular. 65,000 square feet, and it's a beautiful facility.
65,000 square feet. It's designed to care for the whole collection under the same roof where we do our programming. The real goal of this place is to inspire you on the inside where we are and then get you outside.
I love it. Let's take a little tour here. We'll start with this area first.
Well, we have a builders in residence program, and this exhibit is all about the makers. Over there is a kayak made by the Kayakut Society from Baffin Island, and they'll be down in October building more kayaks here in front of the public. You can meet Inuit kayak makers talking about culture and the making tradition. In fact, if you're here for the rest of this week, we have a birch bark canoe builder from Quebec, from Gittigan First Nation. You can meet him, meet Pinnock, and watch him build a birch bark canoe.
And what I love about this, there's such a rich history to canoeing and kayaking, especially here in Canada.
Well, it's a rich history, absolutely, and it's also very contemporary history. If we look at this old kayak here from Peterborough in northern Quebec, on the east side of Hudson Bay, the kayak above it was made for this exhibit by high school kids at Iguarsavik High School for this exhibit. So the same community 50 years later, and this has been a really successful program in the school.
Really quickly, what is this kayak made out of?
Oh, this is made out of wood, timber frame, often driftwood pieces that have been sculpted down to be worked and then covered in sealskin.
Fascinating that the design is still the same design that they use today, just different materials in the modern day. Now, this is a very special canoe.
This has got quite a story, too. We've heard of the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Gordon Lightfoot was a very avid canoeist, whitewater canoeist, and had paddled many of Canada's northern rivers. And on the South Nahanni River in 1980, wrapped this one around a rock, his beloved canary yellow canoe. And he wrote a song called My Canary Yellow Canoe, but you can still see the scars from the trip. And he carried on paddling thousands of miles of northern rivers. When he wasn't on tour, it often inspired him when he got back to hit the studio.
Right. And then we enter this area of a very special exhibit.
This is called Pushing the Limits, and we look at the risk-taking and the people finding their limitations, but also their full potential. Of course, Adam Van Koeverden at the Athens Olympics broke a world record in that kayak there, but there are so many stories. We think of this museum as a big house for stories. It's not just our narratives here, but it's a place where you see so many different perspectives on a common idea. So like National Canoe Day just bundles all that up just to celebrate all of our perspectives. You know, we had a citizenship ceremony here 2 days ago.
Oh. What a great way to become a new Canadian citizen and have the ceremony right here. And then, of course, the children can come, and it's a very interactive and immersive experience. You can hear the sounds here.
You can.
Yes.
You can. A lot of hands-on activity at the museum, both in the exhibits, but also in the classes and workshops that we teach. Very accessible, too. We've brought accessibility for all mobilities through to the museum as well.
And really quickly, we want to show the international canoes here. This one hanging from the ceiling is spectacular.
This is from Western Fly District in Papua New Guinea. It's a Gogodala canoe carved from a single log.
Wow.
It's absolutely stunning. And it really just pushes the boundaries then of what you might think is a canoe.
Yes. You could spend the whole day here, and I love the fact that people around the world come here. I know the Trent Severn waterway is recognized, and people travel all over the world to experience it.
Now, we've been open just a year now, and in that time, Times Magazine has recognized this organization, National Geographic and New York Times, of course, and many others. This museum is becoming a bit of a catalyst and a community hub.
I love it. All right, so you definitely want to come by. Peterborough is not that far from Toronto. I love the drive here. We spent the night and it was beautiful to be on the waterway. For more information about this museum, canoemuseum.ca. We are celebrating National Canoe Day right here in Peterborough. How picturesque is that? You're getting a shot from our drone there. People already out on the lake. It's part of the Trent Severn Waterway. And what's really cool is that when you come to the Canadian Canoe Museum, not only is it immersive and interactive and educational inside, but you can also experience being on the water right here because the museum is on the waterfront. I'm going to call in the executive director here, Carolyn Hislop. Hi.
Hello. Good morning.
What a great way to celebrate National Canoe Day.
Yes, this is such a fantastic location.
It really is. So we had a tour of the museum, which is spectacular, by the way, but you actually can rent canoes and kayaks and be here in the water.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The whole idea of the new Canadian Canoe Museum on this property is that you can get on the water.
Yeah.
So we rent canoes and kayaks. We also offer Voyageur canoe tours. So if you're not sure about paddling by yourself,
Yes.
you can get a guide and we'll take you out onto the lake all around the area, and it's a beautiful 90-minute tour.
That's magical. And this canoe is very different than what we have out here, right?
Totally. You can
Yeah.
put your whole family in this.
Right.
You can get your corporate group, a team, all your friends, your girlfriends, and go for a big paddle out on the lake. Or if you want to grab a couple of tandem canoes like the ones you're seeing
Yes.
behind us, you can head out there. We've got the Trent Severn Waterway right behind us.
Yeah.
But the big piece is that you get your experience inside the museum, and then you're inspired that you want to come outside and experience nature and this beautiful waterway that we're looking after.
And what I love so much is that Peterborough, first of all, is a beautiful city. You've got the culinary experience
Yeah.
downtown, but then you can also experience nature, which is
right.
what makes it so beautiful here.
And the Trans-Canada Trail runs
Yeah.
right through the area, so there's so many recreational spots for picnicking, volleyball, beach volleyball, swimming in this heat. It's been
Yes.
so nice to have the beaches in the area. It's a fantastic location.
This is a fantastic location for the museum, but you also have fantastic neighbors. Tell me about what's all around here.
Well, if you get a canoe or a kayak
Yes.
from the Canoe Museum, you can actually paddle over to the Art Gallery of Peterborough. Or you can go up to some of the great restaurants downtown.
Yeah.
You can go up to the Peterborough Lift Lock. You can paddle all the way up to Trent University or down to Hiawatha First Nation.
All by water?
All by water. So we're connected by water, and this waterway offers so many opportunities.
You know, we were, our crew had dinner by the waterfront yesterday, and as I'm sitting there having dinner, somebody was just lying on their paddleboard, just cruising by, and I said, what a great way to enjoy the sunset.
No kidding. Yeah. And the Canoe Museum here has actually really invigorated and enlivened the whole waterfront experience. So we're starting to see many more paddled watercraft, which is great for the health of the waterway, to see paddled watercraft and people out experiencing nature and getting out with family and friends. And now there's so many more opportunities to do that. And it's been the Canoe Museum is part of this big change, a big destination change in the area.
Well, you've sold me on it. Carolyn, let's
Yay.
get on the canoe here. Just watch your step.
Let's do this.
I have gone portaging. I've enjoyed canoeing on many trips, and I forgot how much I love it.
Oh, it's to float in a canoe
Yes.
is one of the most incredible experiences. And to be able to get out after the first lake.
Yes.
Oh, would you like to paddle on your left?
It doesn't matter. I'm going to follow you.
Right. All right.
Okay.
Let's push out here.
And what I love is that if you want to spend a weekend here, a week here, there's so much to do. But let's say you're just traveling through, make this a pit stop and spend the day here with the family, and the kids will love it.
Oh, there's so much to do for kids, which we wanted to build a number of things for the kids to do,
Yes.
just to keep things interesting for them.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, you're traveling with a family. You want to have fun.
You do. Okay,
Yes.
so for more information, canoemuseum.ca, get out on the water, enjoy. We're going away to the drone shot. We're going to paddle away. We'll send it back to you in studio. We are here at St. Verona's Cafe and Tap Room, and I'm joined by Chef Lisa Dixon, also a local food ambassador. Hi, how are you?
Nice to meet you.
So this is very cool. It's my first time in a Belgian tap room. Tell me a little bit more of St. Verona's and just the restaurant scene here in downtown
In
Peterborough.
downtown Peterborough, well, St. Verona's is definitely a pillar of downtown Peterborough. He started it years and years ago, just before I opened up my own restaurant. And Belgian beer, who would thought that would happen in downtown Peterborough? He was a student at Trent, Roland, the owner, and opened this up, and it was glorious the moment he opened it, and has been for the last 25 years.
Yes, and then over, the almost 3 decades here, we're seeing so many different diverse restaurants opening up, and the culinary scene here in Peterborough is happening.
It has been happening for a long time. So when I first met Peterborough, it was because of the Peterborough Folk Festival. So I came for that, and my partner and our 3 little kids started going out for dinner. Then I got my mom to babysit the kids so I could go out for dinner and drinks. And coming here for a dinner, coming to other organizations that are local mom and pop restaurants, food is glorious. I would say per capita, it's the best food of any city I've ever been to, and I've traveled a lot.
We've got one special plate right in front of us right now. This is the Peterborough plate. Tell me a little bit more about this.
So this plate, what Roland did is he went out and talked to 2 farmers. Cedar Grove Farm. Cedar Grove Farm is not too far from here, so a great place to drive. And then Harley Farms, which is a great meat farm. Amazing thing about it is they have their own shop in downtown Peterborough in East City. So this is a marinated chicken, and the marinated vegetable here is gorgeous. It's been pickled, just a quick pickle. And then asparagus, of course, spring local. And look at these lovely breadcrumbs that Chef did on top. Those have been soaked in olive oil and then toasted. And then a goat's cheese mustard vinaigrette. Wow, looks so good.
I love it. I love supporting local farmers, local businesses, local restaurants. And it's summertime. We're talking festivals, music festival, Friday art crawl. Tell me a little bit more of all the activities that take place in the summer here.
Sometimes by Thursday and Friday, there's so much to do, I'm overwhelmed. I don't know what to do first. Music Fest, which happens free music festival Wednesdays and Saturdays, which is just outside downtown. It takes 5 minutes to walk there. First Friday art crawl, the first Friday of every month. Crawl around Peterborough. You'll see and experience amazing artwork, both live and, of course, studios. There are studios above this restaurant. There's about 40 of them. And people are working there night and day, creating great work from all over the world. They live here in Peterborough and create, oh my goodness. You've got a lot of stuff going on that is funded by the municipality or funded by us, the people. And we get to see live performers, live art all the time. It's great.
Love it. Thank you so much, Lisa. It's my favorite time of the year. Peterborough is beautiful. For all the information, all you have to do is go to hellopeterborough.ca. Thank you so much. This is Lock 21. That's what everyone's telling me. And how cool is that? It's the world's tallest hydraulic lift lock. There you go. Some information for the kids. We've got a boat. And Brandon here, he's joining us before he gets to school. Hi, Brandon.
Hi.
Okay, so you are going to school after this?
Yes.
But school's almost done. You must be excited.
Yeah.
What are you going to do this summer?
We're going to be in some camps, golf camp, Trent camp, and then probably get a pool.
Perfect. Okay, well, enjoy your summer, Brandon. Another way to enjoy summer, do a staycation, rent a houseboat. We have Le Boat here. It's a luxury houseboat. Lisa joins me now. Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to Le Boat.
Okay, I have rented a houseboat before, but it was nothing as beautiful as this. Tell me a little bit more about Le Boat.
Well, Le Boat's been around for 50 years in Europe. We came to Canada in 2018, and we have 32 boats in Canada and over 900 boats in Europe.
Wow, and it is a luxurious experience for families. Is it easy to manage? And
Yep, it's very easy to drive.
Yes.
You don't need a boat license. We teach you everything you need to know.
Okay.
It has bow and stern thrusters.
Yes.
We also provide everything that you need for your boating trip. All you need to bring is your beach towel and your food.
Love it. Now we're getting a little mini tour here. There's a kitchen. How many bedrooms do some of these boats have?
So we have 5 different models to choose from. So we have our premier luxury Horizon fleet in Canada, and they range in size from 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom, and 5-bedroom. And what makes them luxury and specific built for the North American market is every single cabin has its own bathroom and shower.
Wow, that's perfect if you're bringing like a couple of families together on a boat.
Yeah, it's a great multi-generation family holiday.
Yes.
Grab a group of friends and do a girls trip. or do a group with just a small family.
Okay, and I love the fact that you can do this, especially on the Trent Severn waterway. There's so much to see in this area.
Yeah, and we're also located on the historic Rideau Canal, just outside of Ottawa.
Beautiful spot.
Perfect staycation, and if you book before July 10th, we actually have 30% off for any Canadians looking for a staycation.
There you go, 30% off for our viewers right there. For more information, where can they go?
Go to leboat.com.
Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate it. And then, of course, we want to talk about this historic site. This is Shannon. She's with Parks Canada. Before we get to that, we have a very special message from our lockmaster, Zach.
Welcome to the Peterborough Lift Lock, one of Parks Canada's national historic sites. We'll be conducting a transfer momentarily. And I'd also like to welcome CP24.
Woohoo! Thank you, Zach. Shannon, that was so much fun.
The official welcome for you.
There you go. Tell me a little bit more about Lock 21 here.
Absolutely. So this Peterborough Lift Lock is its own national historic site, and it's one of Canada's most iconic landmarks. Yeah. It was built in 1896 through 1904, and it remains today the world's tallest hydraulic lift lock.
The fact that that kind of engineering feat took place at that time is wild,
yes.
right?
Yes.
So you must get a lot of visitors here.
We do, absolutely. We have visitors coming particularly to this site. It's easily one of our most photographed sites along the Trent Severn waterway. And we have locks 1 through 45 that visitors can come through the whole system, which reaches from Lake Ontario all the way up to Georgian Bay.
Wow. Now we are seeing some movement here. Explain to me what's happening right now.
Yeah, so this is, as we mentioned, it started construction in the 1800s, which is incredible. But what you're seeing here is a transfer where we load boats into the water-filled chambers, and then they're lifted 65 feet high into the air. And this is all done using a very simple but ingenious system of balance of water and gravity. So it's really incredible. It truly is an engineering marvel.
That is so cool to see. And then what I love the most is today, of course, is National Canoe Day, but you also have a very special event called Lock and Paddle on July 19th. Tell me about that.
We do. It's such a fun day.
Yeah.
Lock and Paddle's on Saturday, July 19th. It runs from 12 until 4. So during that time, we are putting through mass lockages of canoeists and kayakers. So you'll be with fellow paddlers in the hundreds, and we load you up, take you up for a ride all the way up to the top, and then back down. We'll also have live entertainment on site, and we're celebrating Canada's Parks Day. So it's free, it's family friendly, and there's more information at parkscanada.ca/lockandpaddle.
So you can sit in your canoe or kayak, you come in, paddle in, and then you get lifted up?
Absolutely, surrounded by hundreds of other paddlers doing the same thing.
How many paddlers did you put into each lock there?
Last year we had about almost 700 paddlers, but to fill the 2 tubs, we last year broke a record, hitting 410 paddlers in there.
Wow, and it's free. So that's Lock and Paddle on July 19th, but any time of the year, you got to come and check this out. It's such a beautiful thing to see.
Absolutely. Come visit us. This summer is a great time as well because the Canada Strong Pass was recently announced by the Government of Canada, and that offers free admission to all Parks Canada administered places, as well as 25% off camping and roofed accommodations.
There you go.
That includes free lockage along the Trent Severn waterway. So there's no better time. That runs until September 2nd, and we'd love to have you out here. Come visit us.
Thank you, Shannon. Thank you to everybody here. So again, more information, parks.canada.ca as well as canoemuseum.ca. And for Peterborough, hellopeterborough.ca. Let's wave, everybody. We'll send it back to you in studio.